Hello, everybody. This is your demented pink bunny, DJ Odyssey. Yes, and I am back with another little story. But no, it's not from the Mary Sue this time. Nope, I'm skipping the Mary Sue this evening and doing a little story that I found on Yahoo News, actually, Yahoo Entertainment, which basically is just as bad as the Mary Sue because, Yahoo, they got a bunch of weirdos over there, too. And this story comes from Kevin Polowy, or whatever you want to pronounce his name. I don't really care. Because, it's just me and I just don't really care. Because these weirdos are just weird. But, this one's about Dark Phoenix that came out. This latest X-Men movie. But this one is Dark Phoenix, the closest thing we've gotten to an X-Women movie. Sophie Turner co-star talks new sequel. Yeah, so we scroll down here, and of course they start off with about Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Because he had a couple of standalone movies. Why? Because Wolverine was the popular character. So of course he got some standalone movies because he was driving the franchise there. Everybody loved Wolverine, and if they didn't, then poo on them. But anyway, we got Hugh Jackman's Wolverine had a couple standalone adventures, 2009's X-Men Origins Wolverine and 2017's Logan. But up until Dark Phoenix, there had never been an X-Men assembled movie titled after one of its characters. Okay, wait a minute. Now this is talking about X-Men Ensemble, but a title with just one character. Let's go back to Wolverine. I wouldn't exactly call that an ensemble movie. Wouldn't consider Logan being an ensemble movie either, since the only other X-Men in it was Professor X. But I digress here. I'm just nitpicking, but yeah, maybe these guys ought to, if they're going to write a story about something, maybe ought to learn a little bit more, or they actually should have somebody that watches the movies and is a fan of it, something like that. It just kind of irks me. But anyway, they think it's kind of a big deal, and something not lost on Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones. Never watched the show. Sorry, Bird, but no, I only watched those last two episodes with you because I was helping control the room. But anyway, I digress again. The actress behind superhero Jean Grey, also known by the Eponymous nickname, whatever, I don't care because I don't like big words. I'm not a super brainiac. Yep, nickname when she breaks bad in the 12th and final, with a little question mark. Are they sure it's going to be a final installment of the X-Men series? Well, I think everything we've heard, yeah, it's going to be the final one until Marvel and Disney reboot it. However they're going to do, and if they're rebooting it, well, then it's not really in the X-Men franchise. It'll be a new whole thing, which will suck because Disney's involved. When I first kind of got the job, I didn't think that we were going to be able to play out the Dark Phoenix storyline because it had already been done, Turner told Yahoo News in reference to the major plot point from 2006 X-Men The Last Stand. Well, that kind of sucked too. In a recent interview where she was joined by Nicholas Hoult, Beast, Evan Peters, Quicksilver, Ty Sheridan, Cyclops, Alexander Shipp, Storm, and Cody Smith McPhee, Nightcrawler. But obviously, Days of Future Past, which found Wolverine time traveling and altering the course of history, reset everything. So I was just so excited to be able to explore that. Because I truly didn't think I was going to be able to. And it was my favorite part of her whole journey. Yet they still screwed it up in this one too. Turner thus gets her share of both heroic and roguish moments. And in a clip from the film that went viral earlier this week, Jennifer Lawrence, reprising her role as Mystique, delivered a zinger to Professor Xavier that speaks to an involved, gender balance Dark Phoenix brings to the series. Okay. The women are always saving the men around here, she tells him. You might want to think about changing the name to X-Women. Alrighty then. Dark Phoenix is the first film in franchise in which both the lead X-Man, X-Woman, and the lead antagonist, Volk, are female. Wow. Wow. Okay, so what's the big deal on that? It's not, what, they want a cookie? In other words, it's probably the closest thing we've gotten to an X-Women movie, which Turner agreed on. I think so. This is the closest we've come, she said. It's a great time, and we're in a time of inclusivity in superhero movies. We have Black Panther, we have Wonder Woman, we have Captain Marvel. This, I think, the first Asian superhero movie is being written. Marvel Shang-Chi. So it's really exciting to be a part of this change that's happening. Can you feel the excitement, man? Can you feel the excitement? I also love that we don't acknowledge the fact that they're both women. But in this interview that you just did about the movie, you did what? You pointed out that the antagonist and protagonist were both women? So, wait a minute. Just because you don't make a super big point about it in the movie, you're still doing it in interviews. You're still trying to make it a big deal in the interviews and such. So you just allow them to be the characters, not their gender. Well, that's the way it should be. Just let them be the characters. Don't be the gender. So if you're going to let them be the characters, not the gender, why do you feel the need that you have to point it out in your interviews? And how well is this movie doing? Dark Phoenix weekend box office is lowest grossing of any X-Men movie. The final X-Men movie ends the franchise on a low note. Really? Now this comes from IGN. While there's still one more X-related movie, The New Mutants, left for release this year, the critically savage Dark Phoenix ended the current X-Men film franchise with a weekend box office whimper, suffering the series' lowest ever opening weekend with an estimated $33 million. It debuted in second place behind The Secret Life of Pets 2, which opened in first place with an estimated $47.1 million. As Variety reports, given Dark Phoenix's $200 million budget, the Marvel comic adaptation will need to soar overseas if it's going to end up profitable. So far, it's earned $107 million internationally, for a worldwide total of $140 million. Dark Phoenix's haul is even less than their franchise's previously low-grossing opening weekend, The Wolverine, at $53.1 million, and the first X-Men movie at $54.5 million. Here's a full list of opening weekend box office grosses for every movie in the X-Men franchise. Deadpool, $132 million. Deadpool 2, $125 million. X-Men The Last Stand, 102 million. X-Men Days of Future Past, 90 million. Logan, 88 million. X-Men X2, 85. X-Men Origins Wolverine, 85 million. Apocalypse, 65 million. First Class, 55 million. And you can see the rest here on the screen. And yep, Dark Phoenix, bottom of the barrel. Now, while it may not have pushed all its garbage and that, it was pretty much a horrible written story. Yep. So let them brag about it being the X-Women. I don't think they ought to tie that together. I don't think they should brag about it, because some people are going to think that it's because it was women. That's probably part of their theory. If they can push out the narrative now that it should have been called X-Women or something, or they're going to claim that because the protagonist and antagonist were both women, that a whole bunch of people boycotted it because they were blah 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 women, blah 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 blah. You know their sad story and their bullshit that they always do. You know what they're trying to do now. They're probably trying to set up a reason why they can blame white toxic men for this movie's failure, when it was just basically a shitstorm story. But that's just my opinion. My opinion don't count as much, but that's just mine. But anyway, if you like the video, hit the like button, please. If you watch the video and you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel and pass it around to some of your friends. Let's try to build this channel up a little bit more so the old pink demented bunny has some more crazy antics to do. And if you got any ideas for me, you can hit me in Discord. The link's down in the description. Or pop on and leave a comment here on the page. If you got an idea for a little rant that I should do, a story I should write out, do whatever, let me know. This is Demented Pink Bunny, and I am signing off here. Have a great one, folks.